If you guys could hear me in the chat, give me a 5x5, 5x5, so I know you guys could actually hear me. So I'm going to be talking about the recent events that have taken place in our country, guys. If you guys are not aware, we have sleeper cells that have been activated and domestic terrorist attacks that have been taking place on U.S. soil. So if you guys are not aware of what's taken place as of recent, you guys definitely need to check out the news, check out what's going on, and get yourself starting to prepare. If you're not already preparing, you should definitely be preparing now. If you're already preparing, you should definitely advance your preparedness at this current moment. But that's essentially what we're going to be covering today, covering all those subjects, aspects of how you could prepare and take preventive action, things like that. But welcome to the live, everybody. Welcome to the live. What's up? Do something different. Welcome to the live, man. Thank you for joining. Basically, I'm just covering the events that have taken place recently, man. There was another. Well, it wasn't attacked, but it was stopped because the FBI had caught it. There was a IED that was found on train tracks in Idaho. A guy had planted an IED to blow up train tracks, but fortunately they caught him before anything had happened. I guess if that's what you want, if that's how you figure it, I mean, this is a pretty shitty start to 2025. But yeah, seems like America's being invaded by terrorists at this current moment. I mean, we are already being invaded, but I think they're all being activated. Yeah, Idaho. There was a IED planted on train tracks in Idaho. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. No, nothing exploded, but yeah, they found a bomb. So I'm just trying to get the word out here to everybody. You guys should all be in close contact with your loved ones, be taking your prepping very seriously. Anything could happen anywhere at this moment, as it currently seems. There's a lot of things that keep taking place and popping off. Sean Ryan's also releasing more content covering this subject as well. So yeah. What's the real situation at hand, Jupiter? Welcome to the live, Tokes, or Talks, however you say your name. Don't want to butcher it. But yeah, if you guys could go ahead and like this live so we could get the word out here and make more people aware of what's going on. There's been a bunch of recent attacks in our country. There's been an IED planted on train tracks in Idaho. There was an attack. I'm sure you guys heard of New Orleans and what's happened in Vegas. And there's been a bunch of plane crashes as of recent. My goal here is just to make sure everybody's aware and taking their preparedness and prepping very seriously as of current. This is very scary times we're living in, and we don't know what's going to happen. You guys should be in close contact with all your loved ones and make sure you're staying very vigilant. Yeah, stay ready. Yeah, your current army buddies are definitely smart then, man. They definitely hit the nail on the head. 1 second. Yeah, I don't think this is in any of Trump's control, man. I think this is something that's much more bigger going on. All I could say is I think you guys should be prepping. Take your prepping very seriously. No, I'm not a service member, man. I'm just a prepared citizen out here to notify people. I make prepping videos, and I'm a 2A YouTuber. Talk about gun stuff and talk about prepping on YouTube. How long was the IED in Idaho? The IED in Idaho was earlier today. I believe it was this morning. But I'm most confident it was today. Yeah, so if you guys could go ahead and like this live, make sure you guys are getting the word out here and making sure everyone in America or wherever you're at could be aware. This could be taking places in other places besides America, but right now it seems as if there's a lot of targeted lone wolf situations that are going on all across the country in different states around America. So this is a very serious situation. It's not a joke at all, and it's actually still continuing on. I don't think it's going to stop after the New Orleans situation and after this IED scare in Idaho. Y'all are really just not focusing on anything. We're currently being invaded by terrorists in our country. There's current attacks that are happening, and you guys really need to pay attention and start taking your prepping seriously. Stay in contact with your loved ones. Make sure you're locked and loaded. Have food and water. You should have at least a month at minimum of food and water on standby. Do your research. There was a terrorist attack in New Orleans. There was also a car that exploded at the Trump Tower. The guy had a whole manifesto written up that's all being exposed as of currently. Um, we no, this isn't something that we've always been going through, man. The situation in Louisiana, the guy in Louisiana and the one in Vegas, and both of them were not immigrants. Um, they're both service members. The guy in Vegas was actually an active duty service member. Yeah, they were both U.S. citizens. So, as of currently, it looks like domestic attacks, but we don't know what could actually be going on, what's going on behind the scenes, who else could be involved. Yes, he was a U.S. citizen. PSYOP could be. Yeah, it was an active duty Green Beret, and then the other guy was just former military. He was in the Army. I'm pretty sure. I heard that he worked in intelligence, but I'm not completely sure on that. Man, it really makes me wonder, like how do people get who's getting notified for this live? Like, if you see the thumbnail and you're clicking on this, and you're asking me who my favorite rapper is, this probably isn't the live for you, man. Realistically. Hey, I'm not gonna shit on anybody's religion, and I'm not against anyone believing what they want to believe. But you should definitely still take proactive action and preventive action. Like, you need to be able to defend you and yours and keep yourself safe. I mean, I don't know what a solution is, man. I'm not controlling anybody. I'm not working for no one, so I don't know what a solution is. I'm just telling you what you should be doing. He said, I just want to go watch a damn movie. No, I feel you, man. I mean, I'm not telling you to live your life in fear. Just be aware. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay situationally aware. Things like that. That's wild, man. I think you guys should be preparing. Who is? This shit's funny. There's a bunch of trolls on here. No, but you guys should be preparing. You guys should be taking your prepping very serious. Make sure you have at a minimum a month's worth of food and water on hand. Okay, start with water and food, and in that order. Make sure you have defensive capabilities. Make sure you know ways of bugging out. Have bug out routes ready. Make sure you're in close contact with your friends and family who you may be on the same page with. I mean, I've done some YouTube videos where I've shown some preps, but I don't really show too many preps on the live. Yeah, I mean, I've been prepping a little bit before COVID, but there's plenty of reasons you guys should be prepping. Definitely now today. Hella weird. What the hell, man? I had a no, I'm not gonna say that. Due to OPSEC, I'm not gonna mention that. But there are some weird people on here. What are we prepping for? You guys should be prepping for everything, any foreseen events. Okay. Uh, you should be prepping for the current situations and scenarios that are taking place in America as of today, with bombs being planted around the country, people being mowed down by trucks, random cars exploding, things like that. I mean, yeah, January 6th could be a possible date where people may try to do something. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't heard nothing, but anything could happen at any time. Just be prepared. Make sure you're keeping everything organized and have plans ready to go. What do you mean by isolated incidents? I also heard something. Nothing happened with this, but there was a guy that was driving all sporadic in front of the Capitol building. Nothing happened with that, but he was driving his car on the lawn in a very suspicious way. They said, but I guess nothing happened. He just got arrested for reckless driving. Thank you for tuning in, man. Rico, hopefully everything's okay with you, man. Sorry for what happened out there. Uh, can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me? My bad. I didn't even realize I pressed it. All right. Um. All right, we're good. No, I don't know what you're talking about what you're speaking of Epstein and Trump for, man. That's good. The militarists. I'm glad to hear that, man. Make sure you just. I'm just here to notify everyone and make sure everyone's taking their prepping seriously and getting all their stuff in order. Make sure you're doing your cardio and taking care of your physical fitness. Appreciate you guys all for tuning in and watching the stream, though. What chess rig you run? There's a lot of good chess rigs. I run an old surplus taps rig that I just added some new gear to. Yeah. You could comment on one of my YouTube videos or DM me on one of my social medias. I got a TikTok and Instagram. Yeah, I just got an old taps rig. He said fine. Yeah, that is true, man. Don't want to end up in a pile up on your way out of the city. If you bug out, where do you bug out to? Bugging out is I've made a video on this. In my video titled "Bugging Out: Uncomfortable Truths." If you're bugging out is not as easy as people like to make it seem, and it's never as good of an idea as it sounds. It's honestly one of the worst choices you could make in a lot of scenarios. Depending on who you live with, who your family members are, a lot of people you're related to or that you have in your close circle could be liabilities. You could be a liability yourself. So I don't know your situation, your current physical capabilities, but bugging out could just be a bad idea. And not everybody is going to be able to make it at the same pace, as well as you're not going to be able to be able to bring as many supplies from your home or your base, your homestead, wherever it is. You're not going to be able to leave with as many things as you could have at home with you, basically. You're going to be able to leave with a backpack and maybe a car or trailer full of stuff, and that's it. You could store much more if you bug in, but some situations and scenarios are called for that you need to bug out. What I would recommend if you were in a situation where you needed to bug out is having a secondary location to bug out to. So, yeah. But if you don't have a secondary location to bug out to, you don't want to just go out there and try to survive in the elements where a whole bunch of other people are going to be, and then you're forcing your family to try to like survive in the wilderness and they have no experience. It's just not a good idea. But you should definitely have experience with your bug out bag and your or your get home bag. Make sure you have experience doing hikes with it and got good mileage under it. But it shouldn't be your main go-to plan of action if something starts to happen. You should plan to fortify and stay put until you have no other choice but to get out of Dodge right away. But yeah, a good idea would be just have stuff already loaded in vehicles. Have bins already loaded with stuff that you could pack into vehicles. Have crates that are already loaded with ammo or ammo cans that are ready to go. Things like that. Yeah, I don't know about that, Jeff. uh, what are you saying, Simon? Budgeting. Budget. I don't know. I don't subscribe to the idea of buying Glock clones personally, depending on who they're from, but especially from like cheaper budget companies. I would only probably go like Shadow Systems or something like that. Not that I'm a gun snob because I just made a video of like my anti-gun snob video. But if I'm gonna get something that's supposed to be like a Glock, I'm just gonna buy a Glock. Glocks aren't very expensive, and you could even find them used for police trade-ins for about $300, 250 all day if you search around. Pittsburgh is on high alert. Yeah, man, I haven't been watching some of the recent news, but I'm sure there's stuff going on everywhere. I'm sure next time I look, something will have happened. PSA isn't bad for an entry level rifle, but I wouldn't recommend buying all of their weaponry. Ken McLeod, I don't know why you're saying that. I never said I served, man. But yeah, no, PSA is not a bad option for a budget entry level rifle, but I would definitely upgrade some parts going down the line, like your bolt carrier group and your barrel. But like getting a PSA lower, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of like a budget lower is a budget lower. As long as it's in spec, you're good. Main thing you want to focus on is getting a good quality upper and bolt carrier group. Oh, I thought someone was assuming I served. My bad for the assumption, man. Uh, No, a lot of people get confused or like start to assume things like that. So I was just got to clarify that sometimes. Oh yeah, I seen that. I think I heard something about a semi truck, like a suspicious semi truck, and they shut down the freeway. I think I seen footage of that. Was that the red semi? See, that's crazy. I don't even think why you like. Why would you make any jokes in this current climate? I mean, I wouldn't make any jokes like that regardless. But like, why would you make any jokes in this current climate? But yeah, no, I don't know. I did hear something about the semi truck happening, and then there was something that happened in Idaho that a dude actually placed an IED that the FBI had found. So, That's crazy. I mean, they should take it serious, though. I mean, if I heard any bomb jokes or anything that sounded like potential terrorist threats in this current moment, I would take all of it serious. They should, anyways. But yeah, just because what's going on right now, like you never know. There could be like a bunch of people just waiting. I just believe like, regardless of what would be taking place currently, guys, I would always be prepping and make sure you're practicing your preparedness and taking it as of something of utmost importance. But regardless, yeah, just make sure you're practicing preparedness and becoming self sufficient. That's the goal in preparedness eventually. Self sufficient and becoming self sustaining, learning ways of survival with less. And you don't really, it's not really only about survival, it's about thriving afterwards, you know? Got alarms going off everywhere. Um, Welcome to the stream, Jeff. Welcome to the stream. Uh, Everybody who's joined new. What we're talking about, guys, is the recent event that's taken place. If you guys aren't aware, I'm pretty sure everyone's aware by now, is what's happened in Louisiana, Vegas, and now there's stuff happening all over the country in other areas. There was a bomb that was planted on train tracks in Idaho, as well as, I guess some people in the comments are telling me that there's a semi truck that was pulled over, but it was a joke that a guy made. Irregardless, there's a bunch of things going on. You guys should be aware and make sure you're taking all these threats as something as a serious matter, okay? I feel like I missed a bunch of chat in here. How would you shave in the wild? I don't know, man. That's not something I necessarily worry about. Um, have a bunch of backup razors and don't shave too often. Have some scissors. Scissors work. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. Has their own beliefs and stuff like that. All is be right. Make sure you're practicing your spiritual preparedness as well. That's definitely important. Um, but I wouldn't say it's the end all be all and it's something that's going to save you from any situation. Like I said, I respect everybody's belief in whatever your religion may be, but you should still take in physical preparedness as something of importance. Bug out pew pews. There's different options, man. Preferably, I would just prefer a rifle. Nah, you just gotta W champ. You just gotta use some scissors first. You gotta get it low to the face and then shave. But yeah, yeah. Get some little one of those little small shaving scissors. Oh, no worries, man. No worries. Yeah, yeah. You guys should just make sure you're walking with the big stick. Make sure you keep your EDC nearby. Make sure you always have something that you could defend you and yours with. Um, this isn't legal advice, but make sure you're following your local laws if you can, and make sure you're carrying medical. That's something you could do everywhere, regardless of local laws. You could do that in any country, any state. Carry medical on you. Okay. Man, see, that's the stuff I mean. It's like why? Um, Yeah, there's plenty of places in America and in the wilderness you could bug out. It's just about your skill set and are you really able to make it for an extended period of time? And not just you yourself. Do you plan on bugging out by yourself? If not, then you got to think about everybody with you and if they're going to be a liability or if they're going to even be able to make the trip with you or not. Yeah, there's a lot of thought process that goes into that, but you wouldn't want to bug out as just like without doing a bunch of trial runs and having a long time of experience behind it. He said we have hot teaspoons for something. Yeah, that sucks, man. I mean, it's better than nothing, though. I know you guys got a lot of swords in the UK. You guys still fight like it's medieval times. But it's all cool. I definitely wouldn't want to get into a sword fight or a knife fight with anybody in the UK. Yeah, that's a yeah, that's definitely good to have. Uh, iodide tablets. Just make sure you know how to dose them. Make sure you're paying attention to how often you're taking them. You don't want to overdose on anything like that. Those could easily be bad for you. W Champ, you're saying you're in the Middle East, man? Man, Arizona's just too hot, regardless of what happens. It's like it's cooking out there constantly. Yeah, just get the basics. Like he's saying, don't overthink it. Get water and food, and in that order. You need more water because it's harder to store water than food. You're always going to need more water. Make sure you have defensive capabilities, regardless of whatever that may be. Uh, I recommend having a good firearm. So if you guys can, I would start with a handgun. If you don't already, if you already have a handgun, make sure you have a good rifle. But no, yeah, you guys, it's very simple. Make sure you guys are like there's other ways and there's different approaches to take for prepping, but just make sure you guys start with the basics such as food and water, um, and then you guys could move to other things like communications, radios, learning bushcrafting skills, things like that. Just make sure you guys are taking your preparations very seriously. We don't know what could be happening in this country, but what's going on right now is a very credible threat, and you guys should definitely take it as of something serious and utmost importance. Uh, Yeah, make sure you're keeping your tools on standby and make sure you keep a EDC and have your medical always nearby. Okay, you should always carry a med bag with you, a good IFAC. Yeah, AR-15 is good to have. I think everyone should have a good AR-15. Um, AR-15 is good to have because like they're the most compatible and most platform class. They have the most cross-platform compatibility in America. So AKs are cool and they're very dependable rifles, but you're not gonna find a lot of AK ammo like that just sitting around, you know? Yep. That's a lot of people don't realize it. Like you you could bleed out in 90 seconds from an arterial bleed, like quite literally. If you get a bad enough arterial bleed, your body will just pour out blood in less than 2 minutes, and you're done. That's it. So you guys need to be able to know how to use all this medical gear, have a lot of it nearby, and be able to apply it all in less than 30 seconds, or at least start applying it and have some effectiveness within less than 30 seconds. You should be able to get a tourniquet on in less than 20 seconds with good training. Yeah, I've heard of those, Selena. I think I've heard of those from a Tim Kennedy or something like that. Yeah, tourniquets. Make sure you guys are getting reputable tourniquets from only reputable sources, though. Don't get tourniquets from anybody like. Don't buy them from Amazon. Don't buy them from eBay. Only buy them from reputable dealers. So like North American Rescue, Refuge Medical, Medical Gear Outfitters by that's by Skinny Medic, Premier Body Armor. Anybody who's sourcing their medical gear from North American Rescue or NAR for short, that is a reputable dealer and they're selling good quality life saving products, and that's who you need to shop from. I have a link to Refuge Medical in my uh, description on my page if you guys want to check that out. They actually sell some of the best blowout and trauma kits in America. So they're being issued to some SWAT teams that have done contracts with that company. Yeah, yeah. No, people sell toys. They sell little pieces of junk that are labeled as life saving gear that will literally get you killed. What do I mean by sleeper agents? Sleeper agents or sleeper cells is essentially a group of people that are working for an organization who have been sent behind enemy lines or to an enemy territory, waiting for orders to take action or be activated. And I think they've been activated. It's either that or we have domestic terrorism going on. Most likely, the situations have looked domestic so far because they're actually U.S. citizens and former military, but we still don't know the full factor of how deep that goes and who they're connected to. Yeah, I mean, New Orleans could have been a sleeper. I see it more as a domestic situation, as like a domestic attack for the fact that they were U.S. citizens and they were in the military. But like I said, we don't know who they were connected to. Omar, you could definitely be right on that one, man. You could definitely be right. This fool is crazy. Like what the fuck? What is this? You guys see this kid? He's made like 5 accounts to come back on here. Like, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, I completely agree with you, Rico. It boils my blood as well, man. It's a big problem that's going on in our country, and a lot of people don't take it seriously enough, as you guys can see by some of the comments that are left in the live. Um, it's just pretty pathetic. But yeah, people are always gonna not take things seriously until it slaps them in the face. It's like Mike Tyson said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So basically, people just haven't been hit in the face yet, quite literally or figuratively. That shit's crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean? You had a guy selling? You're in India, right? W champ. What is that like? That's a hustle out there selling fake cigarettes. I've never heard of that. That's wild. That's crazy. Yeah. And yeah, you're exactly right, Jeff. They haven't been affected yet. They don't know people who have been affected by anything or what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, like if you didn't wake up after COVID and like stuff going on and countries being forced to close down, people in Australia were literally being separated from their families, being forced to go to camps because they had COVID. Like if that doesn't speak something to you, then I don't know what how your brain works, man. You need to wake up. Yeah, that's what you guys should definitely be doing. If you guys are on the same page as the stuff of what I'm saying, you guys see what's happening, you see the writing on the wall, and you guys are aware. You guys should definitely be seeking like-minded individuals, trying to build a community and have people who could be there for you. Um, I was just recently coordinating and talking with some of my mutual assistance group, so we're already on the same page and talking about the current situations. But you guys should definitely seek out like-minded individuals and have people who could be there for you and you there for them, and try to build a good community. Oh my God. Ah. I'm not even gonna reply to that fool. He just got a. I just put him on a timeout for 24 hours, so that's cool. Shit like that's retarded. Cause like, I mean, it would be his last mistake if he came to me. Cause trust me, I'm not gonna let you get past me and to get to any of mine. So like, you're gonna have to get past a lot of people besides me as well. But good luck. Yeah. But just speaking like that shows that you don't have the right mindset when it comes to prepping. Because if you had the right mindset when it comes to prepping, stuff like that has no longevity, and you're gonna end up on the wrong side of a barrel, kicking down the wrong door. So yeah, it's just like I was about to make a video about that, about potential prepper threats and marauder types, and like yeah, just people think it's a lot of people. Their plan is to try to raid someone, or to try to like go after their stuff. Like I've even heard cops locally in my town speak of how they're not going to prep because they have enough guns and they could go and take from others. I've literally heard this. You'd be surprised on how many dirtbags there are. Yeah, like Rico said, FAFO, man. Yeah. I don't know I don't know, but yeah, everyone should just be taking their prepping serious. You guys should, regardless of whatever anyone's saying, if you guys are already taking your prepping serious and you're already on the right track, just make sure you're taking things in the proper order and get the basics ready already. If you already have guns and ammo, make sure you have a good amount of food and water. I mean, Mork, I mean, anything's possible. I'm sure there will be a lot of people like that. I don't think the majority of people are going to take that plan of action. I think there's a lot of people who already have large communities that have no reason to go and raid because they've been investing into this for a long time, over generations. So those people, no, they're not going to become raiders. They're already self-sufficient, living off the land, and they have communities that they could depend on and could depend on them across multiple states. There's large communities all across America. But basic people, most people in the cities, yeah, they're gonna be raiding each other. They're gonna be trying to eat each other alive. That's why they call them figuratively zombies. What's up, Grade A? You shoot it out. I got you. If you asked a question and I missed it, I'll get back to it. Yeah, I think that's the worst that will happen more, because the urban areas, the real compact cities, places like San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, other packed cities are going to be very, very unsafe and very occupied by gang lords and warlords. Bro, that shit's crazy. Like fuck, man. Shit's wild. I think he has like 10 accounts on standby or some shit. Yeah, Katrina aftermath, but on roids. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. Maybe even worse. I don't know how you have that many accounts though. Like, how do you have that many burners? It's like this fool. He's a living to troll. That's crazy. Yeah, Katrina was definitely something bad. I'm more worried about the law when it comes to something like that, the way the military and National Guard is going to react and how they'll treat the citizens. I think you'd be better off leaving to avoid them as well. Because there was a lot of people that got their firearms confiscated and just treated very poorly during that time. I mean, I remember I wasn't alive for the LA riots, but I know of them. Yeah, no, I'm too. If I mean, technically, I'm too young to recall a lot of stuff, but I mean, it all depends on how much you're a history buff and like you like to study history, I guess. I know history will repeat itself, so I like to look back at things that were significant and took place, and I just pay attention to a lot of stuff. So I got some couple family members that were in the LA riots as well, so I've heard stories. I hear you do something different. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. If you did, then congratulations on that. But like, if you don't, you definitely have an advantage on people who do, when it comes to funds and as much as you could do at a time. Oh yeah, the rooftop Koreans were going crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy sight to see right there. Damn, that's crazy. So what am I guessing? You're like in your late 40s, early 50s, do something? Yeah, I've seen some documentaries. I'm pretty sure I watched some clips of documentaries on it on YouTube and other platforms. He said I identify as a rooftop Korean. uh, yeah, that's wild. That's crazy. I think everyone should identify as a rooftop Korean. Like for whatever, like in your community, you should be willing to defend it like to that extent. I know everybody has different feelings about that. Not everybody is defending a business like they were. But if you have a community and if there's something like these sleeper cells were coming to attack your neighborhood, you should definitely try to form a community that could be a defense system, a defense force, a deterrent, or at least slow down whatever they got going on before they could get past you guys. Mm. Damn. Wait, that's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, you don't from I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, cuz a lot of people everybody I guess is on social media nowadays and is watching some type of platform. I mean, you see grandmas on TikTok, so uh nah, but like from how I see you interacting with my content, I wouldn't have thought you are as old as you are. You definitely talk like somebody that is aware of what's going on constantly, but that's good. No disrespect to older people, that probably came out wrong, bro. Right? Hey, Roger Wood, I got the original Wolverines, not Wolverines, the original Red Dawn in my intro, like the one from the '80s. That movie, that's a classic right there. He said I'm older than dinosaur shit. He said boomers be booming. Yeah, yeah, man. Well, I'm probably gonna end the live here shortly, guys. I think I notified a good amount of people. I got at least like 10 to maybe 20 more people aware of what's going on and planted a seed in their head. and I seen a couple of my subscribers, so it was nice to see you guys and get in here and talk. But I'm gonna end the live. I'm gonna get here working up on some more content and studying, seeing what's going on around us. But I hope to see you guys in the next live and in the next video. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in.